Hello everyone. Today we will continue to discuss what behaviors to avoid when living in or traveling in Portugal. At the same time, let's address some common misunderstandings about the major taboos in Portugal, as many foreigners tend to make these mistakes. First, do not generalize Portuguese people with Spaniards and do not assume that Portuguese people are not hardworking. Please do not confuse Portuguese people with Brazilians. Remember that Portugal is a conservative Catholic country. Also, do not haggle in restaurants in Portugal, especially in seafood places, as the prices are not negotiable. Don't assume that everyone speaks English, even though many people in tourist areas do. Learning a few simple phrases in Portuguese will show respect to the locals. To observe restaurant etiquette, even when they are eating pizza. Portuguese people use a knife and fork. When you sit down, they will offer you bread, cheese, and olives, which are all charged items. If you do not want them, remember to tell the waiter that you do not need them. You shouldn't forget to give tips. In Portugal, right? Tips are not mandatory, but they are appreciated in restaurants. Typically, it's around 5 to 10%. When you take a taxi, you can also give a little extra. Fourth, do not ignore personal space as it is highly valued, especially in situations like queuing or taking public transport. Remember not to stand too close. Fifth, be punctual. Being late is very important to avoid, especially in formal settings, as it can be seen as disrespectful. If you really must be late, make sure to inform the other party. Sixth, avoid discussing politics and religion, as these are sensitive topics. Unless you are very familiar with the other person, it is best to steer clear of these subjects. Instead, you can talk about the delicious food in Portugal. What about culture or sports? You shouldn't dress too casually in church, even though we are tourists. It's best not to wear ripped jeans or flip-flops when going to church. If you plan to visit a church, remember to dress modestly, avoid wearing shorts, tank tops, or overly revealing clothing, such as beachwear. Also, do not disrespect traditional Portuguese music. It deserves respect due to its long history. What if you don't like to watch? It's important to remain respectful and quiet. Actually, you should never underestimate the intense sunlight in Portugal. The sun in Portugal during the summer is very strong, so you need to apply sunscreen. Wear a big hat and drink plenty of water to avoid sunburn and heat stroke. Remember these tips so you can enjoy a pleasant journey in Portugal. Also, remember to respect the local culture and customs. If you have any other opinions, feel free to share them in the comments for our next time.